The holiday season is upon us. We've got the gift of the NFL as we're underway here in Week 16. This is taken at his 4. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. They'll run here with a former Steeler. This is Le'Veon Bell. He'll wind up getting a yard on the game's first play. It's 2nd down.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. Out. Recon, 132 fighter. Check 13. Check 3. Big Dan, cut.
On 2nd and 9. Darnold. He's got Smith here. 10 yards is the pickup. Good enough for a Jet first down. Now a first down carry by Bell. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard.
Well, I think that's what they're going to need to do here in the first half. You've got to take some pressure off of this young quarterback, and no better way to do it than to establish the running game early.
On 2nd down now, it's Bell. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair.
Nice play right there to stop him behind the line, but I want to see how this defense continues to play him here in the first half.
Yeah, we know. You know better than I. He has the ability to take over a game, so what do you do?
Yeah, I think you have to make sure that you bottle him in at varying levels.
Oh, a ball batted in the air, and now it's intercepted. Picked off by Ryan Shazier. And they are going to set up shop at the 32-yard line. Remember, of course, he threw 5 interceptions in that loss last week. Opening drive, same result here.
But it's hard to believe that you can throw 5 in the previous week and start out your very next game the exact same way. He's going to need a lot of support on his own sideline. Make sure he gets really fully mentally into this one.
Well, he's going to take a shot right away. And that'll wind up incomplete. Try to give his man room to run under it, but it's 2nd down.
Well, that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, have them back on their heels.
2nd and 10 now. It's Roethlisberger. And he's going to drop this off to his fullback. 4 yards on the pickup, and that'll bring up a 3rd down.
I wouldn't be surprised to see the next step in utilizing this position is to actually utilize more of a scat back in this spot, because we saw the catch there, right? He made it, but he's a bigger, stronger guy, maybe not quite as elusive as maybe someone else you would put there.
Yeah, didn't get the big yardage there you might out of a smaller back. Now they'll try to convert on 3rd and 6 after the 4-yard completion. From the gun, it's Roethlisberger. And that will be incomplete. So the defense able to get off the field here on 3rd down.
And it's one of the goals of the game. They've got to be effective on passing downs. It's one of the few things defenses chart. How did we do on 3rd down? That's a nice start for them in this one.
And he gets it away, a directional kick going toward the sideline. And no return here. Where will they spot it? They say just outside the 20-yard line. The New York offense taking over for their next possession. Now, they were intercepted the first time they had the football, but now they get it back, and it's still 0-0.
And because of that,
Le'Veon Bell, it's a foot race. The 30. And all the way in. Touchdown, New York. Le'Veon Bell, 77 yards, as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. Point after, right down the middle. And that makes the score 7-0. Now after the touchdown, it's Lachlan Edwards to kick it away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive.
And on the first drive, 3 and out. And I know that these are professional athletes, but I would imagine sometimes you get the nerves at the beginning of a game still, don't you?
Those don't ever go away. And typically what I've heard from guys and what I remember from playing, if you don't have nerves at the start of a game, it's not going to be a great day for you. You're not really ready to play. So finding a way to harness those nerves and not let them affect you in a negative way, that's what all the guys are looking for.
And that one covered beautifully. Their defenders stayed home, and they'll stop him behind the line. It's a loss of 5 there, bringing up second.
Clock 80! Snickers, 66. Hey, Orville. 22 jet bombers, 22 jet bombers.
They go play action with Roethlisberger. They'll find Juju Smith-Schuster. And that's going to be another first down as the tackle made at the Jets' 43. So in Jet territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 43. Here's Roethlisberger. That went into the hands of his tailback, Samuels.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
2nd and 5 after the 5-yard completion on first down. Roethlisberger. And he whips that one incomplete there. Vance McDonald, the tight end, was the target. And that takes us from 2nd to 3rd down. By the way, I got to apologize because I just realized for about the last 4 or 5 plays, I'm eking over into your territory up here in the booth. My bad. I'm going to get back over to my spot.
Yeah, we're not talking about our on-air commentary. I mean, what is all this extra paper? I mean, this is unusual for you.
My bad.
Normally you run a really tight ship. What's going on here?
Just like that incomplete pass, I'm going to try to tighten things up here for this next play. And he finds McDonald. And that's going to be another first down as the tackle made at the Jets' 22-yard line. They go play action now. Roethlisberger. And caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Steelers. Vance McDonald, his 6th touchdown of the season as his guys are on the board here in this first quarter. Extra point put through by Boswell, and we are tied at 7. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. This is taken at his 4. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line. The New York offense taking over for their next possession. And they hit the home run last drive. One play on the ground all the way to the house. Now the defense, maybe they're expecting a run here.
Partner, I love your description because when we talk about hitting the home run, we're usually thinking about a passing play, aren't we? Something in the air, deep ball. But how about them just taking it big-time jaunt? Now if you're coming back out, now they've established this run game, the play-action pass could very well be open.
Here's Bell. 2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it. 7-7, our score after one. Throwing here on third down, Darnold. Complete, Smith has it. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. 10 yards is the pickup, good enough for a Jet first down. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10.
Check nine.
From the shotgun, it's a give to Bell. And this will be good for a pickup of 9 to the 46. You talked about the need for them to establish the run early. They've been able to do that here in the first half.
And that means that the whole offense has adopted that attitude, that persona. We're going to take care of this young quarterback. Let's all get together and run it and take the pressure off.
Now, after the run by Bell, here's another 1st and 10. Darnold off the play fake to Bell. Looking left sideline, incomplete. Robbie Anderson, the man he was looking for. And that'll bring up 2nd down.
Had an open man that time, but ended up putting a little too much heat on it, don't you think, partner?
Absolutely. Just needed a touch more air under it. Instead, he fired an absolute bullet. Ball on the 42 as they come up 2nd and 10. Off of play action, Darnold. He lost the football. And it's picked up by the Steelers. And the return this time will go out to the 42-yard line.
With no running backs in the backfield to help pass protect, all the receivers in their patterns is going to be hot routes. If they sense a blitz or pressure on the quarterback, they've got to be prepared to break routes off early and get the football. In this case, never even had a chance. They popped the ball free in the backfield.
Black 80. Watch the screen.
This is Benny Snell Jr., the great nephew of the 1960s Jets running back Matt Snell. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
What's the old expression, 3 yards in a cloud of dust? In this case, it's dust-covered pellets. It's no longer that old grass that we used to play on, right, and chew it up. Now we've got that artificial surface. You see the pellets go up. Still a nice play by the defense.
3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7.
Cut.
Play action. It's Roethlisberger. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
It's been my observation there's been a nice variety of play calling defensively. You and I often talk about an offense's ability to keep a defense off balance with what they're doing. I think the converse has been true in this game.
Yeah, I think you're right. They seem to have gone off tendency quite a bit, but only the 2nd quarter will have the time to change things. Now it's Roethlisberger. Flush to his right. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete. More problems here on 3rd down. They've converted only once so far in this first half.
And you know as well as I do in this league, if you don't win on 3rd down, it makes it hard to win a ball game because then you're relying on your defense, you're relying on your special teams. You've got to get it done with your offensive unit.
Boswell signed to a 4-year deal prior to last season, but he struggled a little bit.
Yeah, do you think that they saw 13 of 20 when they signed him to a 4-year deal?
Not at all.
Needs a big bounce back in 2019 if he wants to see the end of that contract.
Come on, let's go.
At their own 25-yard line.
The New York offense taking over for their next possession. And last time the turnover on the fumble, and they were in enemy territory, so that had to be very frustrating. Down on the scoreboard here, can't do it again.
You nailed every part of what was frustrating. down on the scoreboard, had a drive going, had pushed it past the 50-yard line so they felt like they were in striking distance, and to come away with nothing, not a good feeling at all, to put it mildly. Now they can't afford to do that again.
Yeah, now can they get that bad taste out of their mouth here? The last play got just a yard. Here's 2nd and 9 from the 26. Now it's Darnold. It's caught. Smith. And they'll get 9 there as that sets them up better for 3rd down. The last catch nearly got him a first, but it did not, and they'll try to convert on 3rd and inches. They'll try and run for it with Bell. Then he will have first down yardage as he's brought down at the 41. Give him 6 yards in the first down. And they'll keep it on the ground with Bell. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. It'll go as a gain of 11 and a Jets first down. Bell, of course, 3-time 1,000-yard rusher. Sat out 2018, but you look back to 2017, a tick under 1,300 yards and almost 700 more receiving. 2 minutes remaining in the first half, 10-7, our score. A reminder, once we hit halftime, as we do all season, we'll send it down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have all the stats and scores from games in progress around the NFL.
The best multitasker in the business, the coach.
Give him 9 on the carry that time, and they're set up with a 2nd and 1. The last run got 9. That leaves them with 2nd and a yard. Out of the shotgun, it's Bell. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. Not enough there for a first. No gain, as a matter of fact. And it leaves them at 3rd and 1. That's complete. It's Bell. And he's going to have the first down at about the 38. Just enough to get the first down there with a 1-yard pickup. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. This is Bell. And they will only muster a yard here to the 38. Well, earlier this half, you were wondering how they were going to defend him. I think you used the term bottle him up at different levels. They've struggled to do that.
They certainly have, because when you see them approach, in order to bottle him up,
nowhere to escape, and he goes down. The Jets are going to use the first of their timeouts, as the clock will stop with 33 seconds to go in the first half. Darnold and the Jets come up 3rd and long following the sack.
2 times. 380. 26 times.
3rd and long, it's Darnold. Found his target, it's Anderson. And they're going to have themselves another first down as the tackle's made at the Steelers' 18. Now the Jets going to use the 2nd of their 3 timeouts, as they'll stop the clock with 26 seconds to go until halftime. Darnold from the red zone now. Caught here by Griffin. And he'll go down here at the 12-yard line. A gain of 6 there on first. 6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4. And with just 4 seconds left in this first half, a timeout call. So with 4 seconds to go in the half, here's the field goal unit onto the field. Ficken's kick is good. And that will tie things up as we head toward halftime. So they're able to make things level just before half and also leave very, very little time on the clock.
And I love the way that you phrased that. Brought a little soccer into it, and that's really apropos considering they just kicked a field goal to tie things up.
So we have reached halftime here in a good one. 10-10 is our score. As we'll get you down the coast to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach! And ready to get the party started for the second half. It was an even first half, all tied on the scoreboard. This one taken from the 7. And he'll get it up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25.
At their own 26-yard line.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. They have a chance to break our tie here as we get a look at the first drive of quarter 3.
And it's such a tone setter, isn't it? Because both sides trying to seize momentum to begin the half. What do they have dialed up that'll give them an advantage to move the ball downfield?
Let's find out what they have dialed up. Once again, they'll come up on the 26-yard line, 2nd and 10.
No spacing.
Now Roethlisberger. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Avery Williamson. He's the culprit, and that is now his 13th sack of the season as his great year continues. So the sack, and now a 3rd and long situation for the Steelers and Ben Roethlisberger. From the shotgun, it's Roethlisberger. Open man, Smith-Schuster, it's complete. Well, that's how you convert on 3rd down with an explosive gain of 34. So the line of scrimmage moves all the way across the 50 now as they come up 1st and 10.
Check. Smooth. Switch.
Out of the gun, it's Roethlisberger. And the tip there altered the ball flight, and it falls incomplete. It'll be 2nd down.
We've seen these defenses make enough opportunistic plays to keep this one low scoring. Flying around, making plays on the ball, and we see yet another errant throw as a result.
Alert. 49. Here we go.
2nd and 10. It's Roethlisberger once more. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Jordan Willis. He's the one to get him, and that is sack number 7 for him on the year.
Well, nothing takes a start to have a good drive quite like a big loss on a sack, does it?
Now they're looking at a 3rd and long, and suddenly the momentum shifted to the other side of the football.
And old Mo is a very, very fickle man.
So the sack, and now a 3rd and long situation for the Steelers and Ben Roethlisberger.
Watch the shift. Hey, watch the shift.
Roethlisberger will throw. He'll get this into the hands of Deion Kane. And he'll be brought down at the 45-yard line. They'll get 19 out of this, but it will still bring up a 4th down. So on trots the field goal unit, and wow, this is going to be a challenge here. This will approach NFL record territory. It's a 62-yard attempt. And, Charles, when you start talking about NFL kickers that have hit from 62 or further, it's a pretty short list, isn't it?
That it is, but how about the trust by a head coach to even let your kicker try from that range? That's really showing a lot of faith that he can get the job done.
Yeah, faith and guts. The New York offense taking over for their next possession. They're down in this game. A chance for the offense, though, to put something on the board, get some momentum here in half 2.
Try and get things kick-started for them. And you know at the half, they discussed how they were going to get that done. This is where scripting comes into play a lot of the time.
How many plays do you script coming out of the second?
Most of the time in the first half, you're scripting 12 to 16. I think in the second half, you're really scripting more like 8 to 10. Kind of a starter or an opener, whatever terminology they use, just something to get you off to a quick start.
They'll operate from the 32-yard line here, 2nd and 3. Again, it's Bell. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 10 yards is the pickup, good enough for a Jet 1st down.
And he continues to pile up the yardage. That puts him over $150 now. And this defense has really had its problems trying to keep him contained.
We got to get the ball, D. Get the ball right here. Let's go. 55's mine, guys. 55. Come on, boys. You better be ready.
On 1st down, Bell, and maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. It'll be a loss of 1, and it'll be 2nd and 11.
They'll try the air now with Darnold. It's brought in by Jamison Crowder. They'll get 9 there as that sets him up better for third down. From the 50, it's Darnold. And that's caught by Smith. Give him 3 yards and a fresh set of downs. Got to say, I was a little surprised to see him, Charles, come out in the shotgun on third and less than a yard.
Yeah, but the way the NFL is nowadays, we hardly ever see anyone really run for it on short yardage. So they're going to throw the football more times than not. That was a nice, easy rhythm throw right there, and they pick up the first down.
17 yards for the Jets there as they've got themselves a first down. It's been a remarkable day at the office for him running the football. Those yards just continue to pile well past 100.
And how about more than double-digit carries in the second half alone? That's what you want as a runner, because you've got to prove to your offensive line that you're going to be as tough as they are. They don't rotate in and out on every play. Running backs often do, so those who can stay out there with their offensive linemen.
He rifles one that's intercepted. Joe Hayden, the veteran, with a pick. And he'll wind up losing 5 yards or so on the return, but no matter, they've got the football back. Charles, whatever's going on between his ears right now, it's just not completely calculated correctly. 7 picks between last week and this week after that one.
And they always say the most important part of a player is those 6 inches between the ears. But right now, it's all those interceptions that are going on. So whoever his trusted confidant is on the sidelines, I don't know if it's the offensive coordinator, quarterback's coach, maybe the backup quarterback, that's who he needs to get with now and get himself calm.
A well-executed 22-yard gain.
Let's go. Kill, kill, kill. Easy, easy. Alert, alert. No spacing. 49's the mic. Watch 49. Let's go, T. Let's go. Left out.
From the gun, it's Roethlisberger. And he's got his man, the tight end, McDonald. And he'll be out of bounds right at the 40. 12 yards that time at a Pittsburgh first. Roethlisberger now 6 for 6 since coming back out of the locker room. It's 1st and 10. They go play action with Roethlisberger. He's going to loft one deep left side here. A battle for it, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 18. Back now here on EA Sports. It's been a very hotly contested game to this point. Just a field goal separating these two teams as we get set for the 4th quarter. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. And he's going to go down. Back at his own 5-yard line, it's a sack. Stephon Tuitt make that now 8 sacks for him on the season. That huge loss on the sack makes this job much more difficult. It's now 2nd down and 22 yards to go. Darnold now to throw. A screen to Bell. And he'll get it up a little shy of the 15. They'll spot him down at the 14-yard line. It'll be a pickup of 8 on the screen, and it sets up a 3rd down.
For a second there, I thought that might break big. Screen pass. Looked like it was coming together. Looked like there was an opening. Still, ended up with a solid gain.
The Jets on 3rd down. They have been superb. 5 for 6 to this point. This is 3rd and 14. Out of the shotgun, here's Darnold. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked up by Minkah Fitzpatrick. Wow, between last week and this week, that's now 8 interceptions. 5 a week ago, now 3 here.
Well, he is so lucky that one of the defense coordinators I played for, a man named Ken Donahue, is not there right now. Because he saw that happen during his coaching career, and he grabbed a quarterback in the midst of a streak like this and said, tell you what, son, why don't you throw it to the defensive guys, and let's see if our receivers can intercept it.
He's got his man. It's caught for a Steelers touchdown. Ryan Switzer, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Steelers capitalize on the short field as they take it in for 6. Boswell good with the extra point, and the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. This is taken at his 4. And a pretty good return here. He'll be stopped just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line. The New York offense taking over for their next possession. They are looking to make a bit of a 180. They are sputtering right now.
And frankly, I think it's time to call your playmakers together and say, all right, guys, we're going to lean on you through this patch. We need you to get us back on track and get us going in the right direction. So you're calling plays geared to them. Not necessarily what you look at your plays, oh, this hurts the defense. I want the ball in the hands of X, Y, and Z and see if we can move forward.
So don't get too cute. Go to the playmakers.
Hey, team 6. Team 6. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. Mark 55. Mark 55.
From the 29, Darnold. He's going to air one out for Anderson. And that one almost intercepted. Far too loose with the football here. Nearly a 4th pick. And it's 3rd down. The Jets on 3rd down. They've been very good. 5 for 7 thus far. This will be 3rd and 5.
Bravo. In your face. Ready? Check, 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 check.
A shotgun snap for Darnold. Complete. Smith has it. And he's able to get the first before he's taken down at the 36. 7 yards on the quick slant and a first down. On 1st and 10, Darnold into the hands of his receiver, Anderson. A Jet first down, 18 big yards that time. He was the leading receiver for the Jets a season ago. Robbie Anderson, 50 catches, over 750 yards, and getting more and more comfortable with Sam Darnold. Now a year plus under their belts collectively. You'd figure that those numbers for Anderson might be trending further north. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. Again, Darnold. And he's got it complete to Anderson. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. A good pickup there at 22. On 1st down, it's Darnold. And the tip there altered the ball flight, and it falls incomplete. It'll be 2nd down.
It's always a battle. Who's going to win on 1st down, the offense or the defense? Let's face it, if you've got the ball, 4 yards or more on 1st down is what you're aiming for. They tried to throw for it there. Nice effort to knock that one away and bring up 2nd down.
From the 24, they'll go again on 2nd and 10.
Check the backer, check the backer. Ready? Kill. Hey, turn it out. Greystone, travel. Ready?
To the air again, Darnold. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Joe Hayden, the veteran, with a pick. Gosh, you add up last week and this week now. That's 9 interceptions in this 2-game stretch, and we're not done here.
It's almost as if they can't even believe their eyes. Or maybe, partner, is the confidence level in him so high that they believe him.
And no forward progress here. This is going to be a safety. And you know, the man who sat in my chair the last few years, he has a theory. These plays, these safeties, they're so rare. Maybe they should be worth more than 2, maybe 4 points.
I think he's got a great point. I really do, Brandon. But I would go ahead and up into 6. I'm a former defender. To me, that's like scoring a touchdown.
Easy now. I'll go 4. I don't know about 6.
Come on. Come up to 6.
A lot of points.
The New York offense taking over for their next possession. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the ending, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part two, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
A 3-yard loss to start the drive. They'll look to make that up and then some on 2nd and 13.
Hey, Delta.
Back to throw, Darnold. Flushed out right. Oh, did he hang on to it? He did on the dive. Nice grab. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a 3rd down. Throwing here on 3rd down, Darnold. Now they go screen. It's complete. The screen gets 7, but it's not enough, and it'll be 4th down.
Heady on that one, huh? Getting out of bounds before the 2-minute warning. They get an extra timeout, extra opportunity to move the ball downfield. Very smart football.
They snap it. They're going for it. Here's Darnold. It's caught by Herndon. And he will have the 1st down as he's brought down up near midfield. They keep the game alive, at least for the moment, as it's a 1st down. So it's Jets football as we get you reset here. They come up on a 1st and 10, desperately needing a score here on what could be their final drive.
55. Right there in the middle. 55. We own them.
A 1st down throw, Darnold. And that'll be knocked away. It's incomplete. He was trying to find his tight end, Chris Herndon. That'll bring up 2nd down. Well, these corners, I tell you, they've done excellent work all game long.
They remind me of guys in the past who just said, hey, throw it out here 100 times. Nothing good is going to happen. And if you throw it in the wrong place, I'll take it the other way.
He's back to throw. And, oh, a crusher there as it's intercepted. The safety, Terrell Edmonds, picks it. And they have the football and will set up shop at the 33-yard line. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And this game not quite over yet. And we'll likely see them take all 3 timeouts defensively, so they can't just kneel this one out. They're going to have to try to run a few plays.
You're exactly right. They've got to get a 1st down and make them use up all their timeout.
And he's going to take it in for a Steeler touchdown. Juju Smith-Schuster, his 11th touchdown of the year. And the Steelers, they broaden their lead. Extra point put through by Boswell. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. This one fielded at the 5.
There's no downplaying that we all knew that this was a critical possession, and to get a return like that to start things off, that's the spark that they needed. That's the spark they were looking for.
The New York offense taking over for their next possession. They're sort of seeing themselves spiral out of control. Let's see if they can get things back on track.
And this is where the coach is walking that line of being calm and really being firm with his team. I had one tell me once, when we were having a tough patch, this too shall pass, this too shall pass. And finally we kept having a rough patch. He said, but you got to do something to make it pass. And that's what they have to do. They've got to get some control back, get themselves reasserted, and calm things down.
See if they can get calm and reassert themselves here. Another throw on 2nd down, and this one incomplete as well. So back-to-back incompletions, and that has them staring at a 3rd and 10. Darnold from the gun. And they almost had another one. They are all over the football in this game. Nearly another pick. Now 4th down. And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down.
So trailing here in the last quarter, let's see how this plays out.
Brandon, at least there's one bright side to that incompletion.
What's that?
It wasn't an interception.
Wow. You're a nice guy. That was kind of savage. But correct. No pick, just incomplete that time. Now they go for it on fourth, but this one is going to wind up incomplete. Defense knew what was coming as he is smothered behind the line. That really sets him back. A loss of 6. Second and long, but you got to figure this almost certainly another run. And he'll take it across midfield down into Jet territory. It's a 6-yard pickup to get him back to the original line of scrimmage with third down coming up.
Anytime the offense shows what they call a shot play or a chunk play where they're trying to get big yardage, sometimes people just call it gadget plays, and you hold it to a gain that we just saw there, you feel pretty good about yourself as a defense.
Oh, he's going to let this go for the end zone. And this will be caught. Well, forget taking the knee. Some late gamesmanship here as they throw for a late touchdown.
Well, I've got to laugh here, and I really don't want to because the old school in me is not happy about this score this late, not necessary. But this is Madden, isn't it? Yeah. This is how it works.
Rub it in. Have a day.
I mean, what does it matter? These guys who are playing in this game, there are no feelings
Exactly.
there.
They don't have to face the guy. Well, they might if they're in the same room going head-to-head. But
that's
the
about
virtual guys on the screen don't have to face each other after this one.
In that case, run it up.
So we had action to the very end of this one. The score on the final play that they didn't need to have. They didn't just run out the clock, though. They added to their final total.
Played it all the way to the end. And, you know, some coaches preach that and tell their teams, that's what I want all the time. And they feel like if they don't do it themselves, they're not living up to the message that they're sending out.
So for the Steelers, it's an important win for their playoff hopes as they hit the 10-win mark now at 10-5. And they'll get another road test next week as they head to Baltimore to take on the Ravens. Meanwhile, for the Jets, it's a tough blow to their playoff aspirations as they drop to 9-6. And they'll try to get back on track next week as they head up to Orchard Park to take on the Buffalo Bills. Thanks for tuning in, everybody. Alongside Charles Davis, we thank our entire crew. I'm Brandon Gaudin. This is the NFL on...
Ladies and gentlemen, are you ready? Are you ready?
Get ready, dog.
This be the green light. Go. Tires